Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me on my video. Please like and subscribe the video. So today I'm going to run with something a little bit different. I am just going to take you through my pre-workout, meal and setup. Leg day today on the cards. Well, actually hams and glutes. Well, for me every leg session is a hams and glutes, and then my post workout. So firstly, I am 5.5 weeks out now from the regional. Time is going very fast. The days are flying, the weeks are flying, and it doesn't seem 2 minutes since I started prep. So it is now Wednesday the 20th of July, and it is 11:15, and I'm just going to eat my pre-workout. This is my pre-workout meal. If you watch my previous video, I actually show you how I make my pre-workout. So this is the Trained by JP Nutrition cream of rice and whey isolate, and I've gone for a mix of flavours today. I've gone for 50 grams of banoffee and 50 grams of salted caramel. Not sure why, I just fancied a change, fancied a mix up. My dark chocolate 20 grams, 150 berries, and the 20 grams of whey isolate. So if you use my code, you get 10% off. I've got an iced coffee here. So this is actually a half caffeinated coffee because I'm going to have the JP Prepare, which has got caffeine in it, and rather than just a pump, because it is hams and glutes and it is leg day. So I don't want too much caffeine that it affects my session. I know sometimes we might be a bit tired, so we think more caffeine is better. However, sometimes I find that my heart rate doesn't come back down in between my sets, and yeah, it ends up potentially ruining my session, and I don't want that. So now I'm just going to eat my pre-workout, watch a training video of, I'm going to actually watch the one of me and Jade on the Trained by JP members site. So for those of you that are not members, you can trial a month for free, and it's called the Trained by JP app. So this is the Trained by JP app where members can post anything, and this is mine. So I actually put all of my updates and my nutrition, training, diet info all on here. So if you want to follow my journey, please head over, and you can see Nathan's as well.
Oh, hello.
Can't they?
Yeah.
We have to do a daily log. So I'm just going to watch whilst we eat, if it lets me. Might be the Wi-Fi. Mine and Jade's last training video on there, because every 4 weeks there's an upload from myself and Jade, and all the other athletes on there have training videos as well. That was my little transformation, actually. I'll show you. So the picture on the left was 6 weeks out from my first show last year, and then the picture on the right was 2 days ago. I think I put that comparison on. So yeah, huge improvements, huge differences there. So yeah, I'm gonna eat. Be in the mood.
I am now. It's been a tough morning this morning, as we did about 40 minutes walk with dog. I woke up
With dog.
shocking night's sleep. My legs felt heavy.
We both slept on the sofas last night.
Yeah, because of the heat. We've got
The aircon, it's not come yet.
No, it's not. I was just about to say, we've got the aircon unit.
Should have come this morning.
We've paid 40 quid. We've paid 40 quid for next day delivery, so they best not take it back or I'll be fuming.
Fuming.
So we did a 40 minutes walk with the dog, and that usually like livens me up a little bit, gets a little bit of blood flow around the body. Get about 4,500 steps, 5,000 steps in, and then I go and hit cardio after we've done a few check-ins. And you know, as soon as I get on bike at the minute, I'm just so zoned into you on the Stairmaster.
Yep.
So just absolutely smashed the bike again. I felt great after I got off, showered, breakfast, and then it's like hit me again a little bit. So I've had a half decaf coffee, not full on, just I'm going to prepare because it's pull day. So
sounds like me.
It needs.
We know when Nathan's prepping, his mouth, his jaw goes underneath, like
a bit undershot.
Like he's not got the energy to hold his chin up. Oh dear. Leg day. Hi. Hello.
Hi. Hi. Oh my god, you've been good with it. I'm the posing academy.
Thanks for fun. So first I start my session with mobility and activation. I always do this whether I train upper, lower, any session I do, I will always do my mobility before. I did also do 5 minutes walk on the treadmill to increase my heart rate. Even though it was very hot, I still did that anyway. So I did some hip aeroplanes, some glute bridges, some single glute bridges, some lunges, well, split squats. Made sure that my glutes were nice and activated before I went on to my first exercise. My first exercise of today's session was barbell hip thrust, and as you can see I went a tiny bit heavy. My foot placement was a little bit off and I slid down the bench a little bit from sweat on my back, and it kind of just threw me off a touch. However, I did get a decent amount of reps for the weight that I lifted. So on my second set I did reduce the load and aimed to just make sure I did get that full rep range that I was supposed to be get. So it was a 12 to 15 on that second one, and I did get it. Barbell RDLs, so make sure that you are warming up on every single exercise thoroughly and you aren't just going straight into your load that you're going to be using for your working set. So I always start with just the barbell when I'm doing the barbell RDLs, and then I load it up gradually. This is banded, and the aim of the band is to recruit more glute drive. So in today's session it's banded. In the leg session in a few days, that is just a standard barbell RDL, no band. And then I also have another day where I have got a 2-second hold at the bottom. So it is in my variation and split 3 times. So there's only one day that I don't do a barbell RDL, so a hip hinge.
Yeah! Come on then! Race and drive!
Now onto my top set. It's kind of hard to not work to my full potential when I've got Nathan shouting at me, so hopefully you can see why I asked him to come over and push me through my working set. So that was a really good set and I was really happy with that, especially to say I am 5.5 weeks out, and I hope you thought it was a good set too. So I do have 2 working sets of this, so I did reduce the load a touch even though the rep range was still 10 to 12. So I reduced the load and made sure that I got my rep range, as it was very hot. It was hard to kind of recover in between sets because your heart rate just wasn't coming down from the heat and the humidity. It was like there was no air. So I was quite sensible. And in this second set, it does look like I shy out a little bit, but that's just because my strap slipped on my left hand. And if I wasn't 5.5 weeks out, I'd have pushed through, but I don't want an injury, so I just stopped. But I think I'd have only got 1 more rep anyway, so I suppose you could say that I kind of just stopped shy. So yeah. Single leg lying leg curl. So this is unilaterally, and that's because you want to make sure that you are training either side efficiently. And for myself, I am more dominant on my right side than my left, so you'll notice that I actually do 2 less reps on my left side, and it's quite a lot weaker. Well, it feels quite a lot weaker. And if you really look at my rear shot pictures, maybe if you have a stalk on my Instagram, Phoebe Goodwin 1, you will see that my left side is a little bit less developed than my right. So just making sure that I am doing unilateral exercises will help bring that up and make sure that my right dominant side isn't just taking over whenever I'm doing dual work. So unilateral is single leg. Single leg press, this has got a 2-second hold in the hole, and the aim of this is to target the glutes. So you'll see that I don't quite go full range movement, and I aim to only have a 90-degree bend in my knee, so I'm not going into knee flexion. If I go into knee flexion, then it takes it into my quad, so I just want to keep it into my glute. Single leg hyperextensions are such a difficult exercise. If you've never done them before, I would highly recommend doing dual first, and definitely body weight. Just really make sure you've got your form. It's taken me a while and I still think I need pointers anyway, but you want to keep your rib cage down, your core tight. Imagine you're driving your chest away but without arching your lower back, and then as you lift, you've got to feel like you're driving through with the glute. I suppose similar like you're driving through like an RDL, but it is fantastic for isolating the glutes here. So that's what I was targeting. Single leg RDL, so this is in a B stance, this is split stance, so I've got my opposite leg back for support, and I've got my dumbbell in the hand which is opposite, so contralateral, and I'm basically performing an RDL, so I'm pushing my bum back as much as possible, and I've got a small bend in my knee just like I did in my RDLs. That's so that I can target more so the glutes rather than the hamstrings. The aim of this is to make sure that you are not arching the back and you are keeping the rib cage down and you are bracing hard, so that you can lengthen through the glutes, stretch the glutes, and really target the glute. Everything is all about the glute. Glute med kickbacks, so these are to target your glute med, and that is what's going to give the lift and the full roundness at the top of the glute. You want to have your foot on a 45-degree angle, and you don't actually lift your leg very high. You want to go, let's say 45 degrees height. You don't really want to go 90, so that you can keep your torso up and just keep it into the side of your glute. I did actually do this as a bit of a tricep with an ab circuit, so I did some hanging leg raises. So these are fantastic for helping with your core strength and training your transverse abs, and these will help hugely in your posing to make sure that your midsection stays super duper tight, which is what we want, and the planks as well, same again. So these are beneficial to the exercises when you're training and also to your posing. Session is done. I'm just going to eat my post-workout, which is here 125 grams of chocolate fudge cream of rice, and it is also 30 grams of triple chocolate whey isolate, and my fruit. I was just knocking for him to open the boot. Nathan's in the car already. I'm going to do some posy at home, so catch you when I get home. So that's it. That was today's hams and glute sessions. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a tough session, but a really good session. So I hope you saw some exercises that you might have never done before and you might start implementing them, or I hope this helped. Please drop me a comment if you're unsure of anything, or if you would like me to cover something on my next video. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I shall catch you all soon. Thank you guys.